Hey everybody, this is my discussion post number 3 for American National Government due on January 15th, 2025. The first question we had to answer was why was federal intervention necessary following the Brown versus Board of Education decision, and what does this reveal about the balances of power between the states and the federal government? My answer was many states did not follow desegregation, especially the South. This disagreement shows the conflict between the independence of states and the federal power. The Article 2 Cheers for Brown versus Board of Education shows how the court case changed history. The article talks about how Supreme Court decided to overturn the state problem by having separate public schools, and it was unconstitutional. Brown versus Board showed the states still have power, but the federal government protects the Constitution. The second question we had to answer was how did the legislative, executive, and judicial branches use their distinct roles to enforce or react to this ruling? The legislative branch, executive branch, and the judicial branch worked for equality for Brown versus Board of Education. The judicial branch said that segregation was unconstitutional and needed to be controlled by the government. The executive branch made sure the federal leadership and enforcement would be guaranteed. The legislative branch provided assistance for accountability and providing civil right protection. Then we had to answer what challenges might a senator, president, or governor have faced in addressing the deeply divided public opinion on desegregation. So I put that senators might have a risk of not getting reelected if they supported desegregation, backlash from the public, and not having campaign supporters. I said the president, he may have Southern Democrats and other groups that are a threat, and he would have to deal with a divided environment. And in Southern states where segregation was normal, the support of desegregation would make people offended. And then for the governor, I said governors thought that the states should have their own laws about segregation. So all of these branches of government and these offices thought that threats of violence, fear of public backlash, and maintaining a public image would all be challenges. And the last question we had to answer was, why is it critical to understand the different roles and responsibilities of representatives, senators, and governors, presidents, and judges in implementing change? And I said, each of these offices have different powers, responsibilities, duties, and methods of influencing policy. Knowing the difference between these officials is important to understand the change in government. Citizens and policymakers can have an impact on issues like civil rights, education, and health care when they are aware of these different roles. And this is my citation.